Welcome to this little trade recap. I will just quickly show you what trade I took and how I took it. I took that trade in class, so I wasn't able to talk about it while trading. I assumed price going above 746 right here at open and sweep this high right here, maybe tap into the new week opening gap. And we actually ended up getting that. We also had 1 hour gap right here with us potentially pushing up to that buy side liquidity. So we got these two gaps, which indicated for me market open will be bullish at first, and my idea with us sweeping that high could be good. We also got perfectly the OTE and the 6 p.m. overlapping, which made that OTE stronger, or the 6 p.m., however you like it. And the first few minutes we ended up didn't getting really anything. We put in a pretty nice 5-minute range, but didn't get first presented gap at that moment. So I waited for us to do something. We finally got that first presented gap while pushing just high. We got our 5-minute high and tapped that new week opening gap. Swept that 7-9 level from that higher time frame OTE. Ended up getting these candles which made that CISD interesting for me, with a tiny little 1-minute gap above that 761 line. So we ended up ended up pushing down, inversing that 1-minute gap. I thought about shorting, but for me the 1 minute first presented was just too low, and we already tapped like in 2 and 3 minute gaps, so I just didn't like it. And I waited. We got that tap right here, and market entered, getting a nice push downwards. We rejected from a 5-minute inverse and that 1-minute bearish gap, ended up pushing down. I would say I really like that setup. We also rejected from the 0.5 level of the 5-minute range downwards after inversing it, and I closed that trade just because I got scared, which is emotional handling that isn't good. As you can see right here, we're getting that push upwards, one contract getting closed and immediately pushing back down, which for me made a re-entry pretty interesting, even though we haven't inversed the 5-minute completely. Got in with a super bad fill, was very lucky to get that push down, so get like a bit of room to play with, and then just took partials. I was a bit slow at executing, and should have just put my final TP with 3 contracts at that current week low. Would have been the way better decision. I often notice I take too many partials and partials way too early, rather than just going break even, and either I go out with profits or I don't. Something I got to learn and got to just get my execution right. We ended up getting that push down to that current week low, I left one runner. And with us rejecting like that, I already should have noticed I should close that trade, and I kind of hoped for a push further. We started accumulating, putting in 3-minute gaps, tapping one of them, got a 5-minute gap, rejecting from it. Right here, if we had pushed down below this low right here we just put in, I would have trailed my stop to this high right here. For now I just left it there because we had the range lows below. As you will see later, we have a 15-minute gap right here where the 5-minute gap is, and we had New York midnight, so there were points for me where price could reach again and react to the downside. We ended up not getting that low before me getting stopped out break even. So let's have a look at that. I kind of believed in that 15-minute gap. That's why I left my stop at break even. Yeah, got stop break even. That's like the whole setup. What I like, all things are that I considered as important and thought of it used as confluence are drawn here, so you can kind of use that as an example. I think that's it already. Yeah, so I ended up making $380 on that trade, which is okay for me. I'm happy with that. I'm currently working on a lucid 50k evil. I still have one evil left on Top Step X. I blew 250k express fundeds not that long ago, but that's a different story, maybe for another day. Yapping around. Yeah, that's it. I think there's not really more to say. Entry was okay. Analysis was wrong. We ended up pushing higher after this push upwards. Even so, we pushed down, swept this low right here. I can just show you that on charts. We ended up sweeping this low again, and then just pushing upwards. We didn't end up taking out that 15-minute range high again. Tapped new week opening gap again, but yeah, as I said, it's okay. I'm happy. Not happy. I will accept that trade and mark it as disrespected rules because of the entry. That's not how I want to trade. I could have put a limit order right on that candle right here. Would have made the trade. Why can't this just be like that? Yes. So the trade could have potentially looked like that with a 3.3 RR. The way I took it, I ended up with 2.6, which also is okay for me. I'm not that, how to say, greedy about RR, but too many buts in this video, really. Yeah, that's it. I hope you liked the video, and I would really enjoy your follow.